Our recording here. Bienvenidos y bienvenidas. ¿Cómo están todos? Espero que ustedes estén bien. Espero que ustedes estén bien. I did listen to your little recordings. Gracias. A lot of you had some very fun things to talk about with the Pluscuamperfecto. And of course, you didn't have to comment on all of the photos, but just a few. So that was fun. Gracias. Thank you. Today, we're going to do all different things. Vamos a hacer muchísimas cosas. Una variedad. So now, okay. Vamos a empezar con una canción. We're going to start with a song first. We'll start with a song. Es una canción completamente distinta a las otras canciones. Es una canción que escribió Shakira. Shakira escribió esta canción, pero no es como las otras canciones de Shakira. No es canción de bailar y celebrar para el... No, sí, perdón. No, ella escribió esta canción para una película importante en español. She wrote this song, actually she wrote a second song too, for the song of El Amor. El Amor en tiempos de cólera. Love in the time of cholera, which we could say COVID, but we can't. Okay. Cólera has kind of a double meaning here. Cólera means, quiere decir cólera, sí, la enfermedad, pero también se usa en español con frecuencia para indicar la rabia. Cuando alguien está sumamente enojado, ¿verdad? And there's kind of a double entendre with that word cólera because there's a character in the book who has a connection to trying to cure disease, and there's also a connection to love and hate and all the complications that come with love and all that good stuff. Although when I read the reviews on the book, they basically said it did not faithfully follow the book, the reviews on the movie, excuse me. The reviews on the movie said it didn't follow the book, and people were upset about that. So anyway, long story. But we are going to watch a little song for opening, which is really kind of fun. Ooh, aquí está. So you're going to see, clips from the movie, as of course as they tend to do with these adaptations from movies and such. And I need to take this off of recording, otherwise they will ding me for copyright. Okay. Poor Holly, I'm going to have to record something extra for her. Okay. Bien. Okay. You're going to hear some people using maybe one pronoun, maybe more than one. Es un video bastante corto. 4 minutos, menos que 4 minutos, la verdad. Y es algo un poquito entretenido. It's a little bit entertaining. I want you to listen for some pronouns. It's not a monumental thing, monumental importance. We're just kind of including this for some fun listening. Para algo. Es un cortometraje muy cortísimo, like super short movie. Okay, a ver. Okay, y el título Como dos desconocidos, like two.
Hidden.
Things.
Desconocidos, conocer, to know, desconocidos.
Strangers?
Strangers, like two strangers.
Well, would it be two unknown things?
Unknowns.
Yeah, desconocidos could mean unknown things, unknown people. In this case, it will mean strangers, like two people who do not know each other. Okay, so you have to read between the lines un poquito aquí.
Extranos. ¿Sí?
Extranjeros.
Hola.
Hey.
¿Qué tal?
Bien. Bien, ¿qué tal tú?
Bien, bien. Aquí de compras.
Yo también.
Genial. ¿Entonces todo bien?
Sí. Todo bien. Bueno, podemos estar aquí toda la tarde, ¿no? Preguntándonos qué tal estamos.
Sí, es curioso.
¿El qué?
Nada, que antes no parábamos de hablar y ahora nos faltan las palabras.
Momentito, vamos a pausar. Nothing, right? Nada. Que antes no parábamos de hablar. Before we couldn't stop.
Talking.
Yeah, before we just couldn't shut up. We couldn't stop talking. And now
We can't find the words. We're missing.
We're
we can't find the words. Yeah. Diríamos en inglés, we can't find the word. We couldn't stop talking to each other before, and now nothing, nada. Okay.
Nos faltan las palabras. Oye, yo lo siento.
No te preocupes. Tenía que ser así, ¿no?
Ya, pero no lo hice bien.
No lo hice bien. Literally, I didn't
Do it
I didn't
good.
do it well.
I didn't do it well. So I messed up, is what she's saying. No lo hice bien. I blew it. Okay.
Ya bueno, yo tampoco lo hice bien.
Sí, la cagamos mucho, ¿no?
Kind of tough one, though.
Pero bueno, hace poco intenté escribirte. Pero vi que me habías bloqueado en WhatsApp y...
Momentito. Hace poco, a little while ago, intentar is to try.
Yeah, to write you.
I tried to write to you, pero vi que me habías bloqueado.
But she couldn't.
Blocked on WhatsApp.
I saw that you
Had me
You
blocked.
blocked him.
that you had blocked me. Me habías bloqueado. You had blocked me on.
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
So, yeah,
Couldn't get
she got
through.
unfriended. Yeah.
Pero vi que me habías bloqueado en WhatsApp y...
Te bloqueé porque no quería caer en la tentación de...
Te bloqueé porque no quería caer en la tentación de... I blocked you because I didn't want to
Oh,
fall into tentación.
Tension?
Temptation. I didn't want to be tempted. I didn't want to be tempted to, we don't know what yet. I didn't want to be tempted to.
Claro.
Oh, sure.
Pero sí que es curioso. Tú y yo aquí, ahora, como dos desconocidos, ¿no?
Yeah, and you and I were here now, like two
Unknown people.
two
Strangers.
strangers. And we wouldn't use
Extranjero.
yeah, we've got that word strange, which is extrañar, but that is, different, right? Desconocidos, people who don't know each other.
In this case, would we say unfamiliars?
Oh, perdón.
In this case, would you say unfamiliars?
I'm
So,
sorry.
Conocido, familiar, desconocido, unfamiliars?
Oh, unfamiliars? Yeah, sí. Sí. Exacto.
Bueno, pero puedes desbloquearme. Si quieres que nos veamos de vez en cuando.
Si quieres que nos veamos de vez en cuando. Well, if you want us to
See each other once in a while.
yes, yeah. And no, she uses subjunctive because, we don't really know. No sabemos, por cierto.
Vamos de vez en cuando. No sé. ¿O no?
Incómodo, uncomfortable.
Vale, que...
Okay.
¿Qué?
No, nada. No, que llevas ahí un regalo.
Oh, there. You're carrying a
gift.
gift.
Present.
Corazones.
Oh, with
little heart.
Hearts.
little hearts on the paper.
Hearts all over it.
Dentro de poco San Valentín.
Oh, and pretty soon it's going to be
Valentine's Day.
Dentro de poco, in a little while, it's St. Valentine's Day.
Bueno, dentro de poco San Valentín. Y bueno, que a veces soy un poco tonta, pero vamos que...
Okay, now here she's not
foolish.
saying good, she's saying well. Now she's stalling for time. Bueno, well, okay, que a veces, it's just that sometimes I'm a little slow. Tonta literally means dumb, stupid, foolish. Foolish is the best translation. Sometimes I'm a little, sometimes I'm just a little silly, pero vamos, but, okay. So she's saying, okay, sometimes I'm a little slow, but okay, let's go. Lo he pillado. Lo he pillado. I got it. Lo he pillado. I get it now. Lo he pillado es, ¿cómo se dice? I was a little slow on the uptake, but now, yeah, I caught on to
I
what.
understand.
Yeah, I get it now. I get it.
Que lo he pillado. Que ya veo que me ha sustituido bastante rápido.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ya veo.
ouch.
Well, I see that you have.
New girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. Me has sustituido. You have
Substitute.
replaced me.
Hey,
Pretty
very quickly.
Fast. Pretty fast. Incómoda.
Me alegro de verte.
Nice to see you. Me alegro de verte. Oh, yeah. Happy to see you.
Yo también.
Pues cuídate mucho.
Take care.
See? Like it. For yourself.
Oye, Eva,
¿Qué?
toma.
Oh,
Toma. Take it.
it's for her.
Ya, sí, no, te lo tengo que mandar por correo.
Te lo doy ya. Ya, aquí es now. Te lo doy ya.
He was going to send it by mail.
I may as well give it to you now. Así que, so that,
I don't have. I don't
I
have
don't
to
have
send
to
it by mail.
no te
mail
lo
it.
tengo que mandar por correo.
Sí.
I may as well give it to you now so that I don't have to
I have to mail it.
send it to you in the mail. Oh,
It was for her all along.
ah, oh, fin, fin. Ah, te lo doy. Oh, we combined it. Of course, he didn't use the se. Porque no son desconocidos de veras, because they're not really unknown to each other. Okay, a ver.
Or he's one cool dude who got out of a really
Isn't
bad
he?
situation.
And I'll give you the link to that. Sometime go back, scroll all the way down and read the reactions. Read the reactions. There's some, sí. Hay reacciones, comentarios.
Hmm?
¿Qué quiere decir
Perdón.
mola?
¿Mm?
¿Qué quiere decir
Momento.
mola?
Okay.
I
Guys,
think,
¿dónde
Steve,
está?
I think Steve is right. I think he's just a fast thinker on his feet,
Ah,
and he just gave her the other girl's present.
Mhm.
okay.
So
Sí.
she opened it and there's somebody
Ay,
else.
cínicos.
I've got two things playing at once. Okay. Bueno, entonces no son desconocidos como dos desconocidos, pero en realidad. Quiero que ustedes lean más tarde los comentarios, porque hay comentarios muy interesantes al fin o debajo del video. Y las personas en los comentarios hablan de, oh, esto es, qué romántico. Y otras chicas comentan, es poco realista, esto no ocurre nada, nunca, no ocurre nunca en la vida real. This never happens in real life. Así. Pero es interesante. I do want you to read through some of the comments. That's part of your homework there. I'll give you the link to that. Do read it. It's quite fun. Es muy entretenido. Muy entretenido. Okay. A ver. So we got that double object pronoun thing going on. You saw a little of it, even though it doesn't use the se. Aunque no usa se. Otra cosa, otro uso para se. Reflexivos, se con celo, cela, celos, celas, the word that replaces le or les. And the other thing she talked about in the first video were words that, or maybe it was the second one, I'm not sure. Words that are reflexives, and she had a special term with it. For that, I think she called them semi-reflexives. There are reflexive verbs, actually quite a few of them, which don't hold to that rule of the subject doing the action also receives it. So in other words, we use se a lot for verbs that are reflexive, in the way they're used, meaning the me will get a yo form, the te will get a tu form, the ele a usted will get a se form, and then the verb corresponds, right? But they're not really the person doing the action to themselves. Like, por ejemplo, irse, to leave.
Take yourself out, yeah.
To take off. So I pick irse as the first example because irse es tan común. El verbo irse se usa con tanta frecuencia en la conversación. Bueno, se fue. Fine. He left. He took off. ¿Y cuál es la diferencia entre ir e irse? There's really not much difference between ir and irse, except that the irse gives it more of a flowing idea. And it's kind of like us saying he went away, adding the word away, or he took off. Okay, it's kind of like saying that. And irse is a really, really common way to say that somebody left instead of salir. Okay, to talk about anybody. So there are a whole bunch of these verbs. Y trato de encontrar dónde está mi lista. Bien. Hay una lista bastante grande, muchísimos verbos que que usan verbos como si fueran reflexivos de verdad. There are a lot of verbs that use reflexive as if it were really reflexive, but they're not like get up, go to bed, wake up, and all those traditional verbs that you learned. Because the person doing the action doesn't always necessarily really do it to themselves. Entonces, por ejemplo, irse, to leave. And I believe on this, oh yes, you may not want to read this whole article, but they actually break it down into which of these verbs fall in this category of not the true reflexives like you think of llamarse, me llamo, right? Or me levanto, or me despierto. Which ones are the most commonly used? Which ones appear most? If you just monitored anybody's conversation, which ones would pop up the most? And irse is number one on the list. That is the one that people use the most. Irse, to take off, to leave. Me voy a casa, I'm going home. Right? Nos vamos de vacaciones, we're going on vacation. We're taking off for vacation. Bien? Acordarse es como recordar. Acordarse. But you're not really reminding yourself necessarily. I mean, you could be, but yeah. So we use acordarse, and notice they said this is the second most common verb that you hear in everyday conversation. So this is a synonym for recordar, a synonym, right? Me acuerdo de. This is a little verb you have to use de after it.
Yeah.
It's just what they do. Right? Recordar does not use de, but this one does. Entonces, fíjense por favor aquí, ¿sí? Te acuerdas de que tienes que hacer algo importante hoy. Do you remember that you have something important to do today? Te acuerdas de, te acuerdas de. Es reflexivo y usa la preposición de. También. Me acuerdo de cuando mi hermano y yo íbamos a la playa. I remember when my brother and I used to go to the beach. Cosas como así. Sentirse, to feel. Darse, to give oneself, but really what they mean is darse cuenta de. Darse cuenta de, to realize. And again, like acordarse uses de, darse cuenta uses de. Cuando te diste cuenta, when did you realize? When did you figure it out? When did it hit you? Okay. No me di cuenta de lo que ocurría hasta que fue demasiado tarde. I didn't realize what was going on until it was too late.
It was too
right?
late.
No me di cuenta. No me di cuenta de que. Encontrarse, to find oneself like in a situation. Me encontré con un nuevo problema. Te puedes encontrar en dificultades. Get yourself in trouble. Find yourself in trouble in Spanish, literally. Quedarse, to stay, to remain someplace physically. Me quedo en casa. Me quedo en la cama. I stayed in bed. Okay. We also use se quedó, especially in preterite, sometimes to express a reaction, like astonished, something like that. Ponerse, pero ponerse al día. It's not ponerse like put on clothing. Los ejemplos aquí que tenemos. Tengo que ponerme al día. I have to put myself up to the day. We say catch up. I have to get up to date. Ponerme al día. Ponerme al día. I have to get caught up. I have to be up to date. No es fácil ponerse de pie. Ponerse de pie is to put yourself up on your feet, literally. And it means, like we would say, stand up, right? Imaginarse, to imagine. Referirse, to refer. And this one is more common than you think. Miren los ejemplos aquí, por favor. Eso no es lo que me refiero. This is not what I'm referring to. This is not what I'm talking about. Ella se refiere a lo que dijo el presidente la semana pasada. She's referring to what the president said last week. Hacerse, to make oneself, to become, to get a certain way. Esta es una manera eficaz de hacerse oír, to make yourself heard. Cada semana se hace más fuerte. Every week, that person is she, we don't know who, she is getting stronger. She's literally making herself stronger, right? Preocuparse, to worry. Fijarse, to notice. Fijar means to fix something.
Oh, see.
So fijarse is to fix your attention someplace. So when somebody uses, fijarse, what they were telling you to do is to notice, right? Te has fijado, have you noticed? Te has fijado en los precios baratos aquí. Me fijé en ella por el vestido rojo. I noticed her because of the red dress. A lot of times this is given as a command. Fíjate. Pay attention to this. Fíjate. Notice this. Look at this. Atreverse, to dare. Casarse, to get married.
Mhm.
Well, you marry each other. That's really kind of more that reflexive type, right? You marry your other partner. Me casé.
Okay.
Me casé muy joven. Nos casamos en 2005. Verse, to see yourself. Me vi obligado. I found myself obligated. Literally, I saw myself obligated. Me vi obligado a dejar de fumar. I found myself obligated to quit smoking para la salud de mi familia, for my family's health. Okay, sentarse, muy común, sit down. That's more traditional reflexive. Preguntarse, to wonder. This is what is used for to wonder. Literally, you ask yourself, which is how we translate wonder. Me pregunto dónde dejé mi cartera. Literally, I ask myself where I left my wallet, but we would say, I wonder. Me pregunto si voy a encontrar mi trabajo ideal este año. I wonder if I'll find my ideal work, right? Levantarse, reflexivo. Enterarse. Enterarse es como darse cuenta. Enterarse is very similar to darse cuenta. Darse cuenta de algo, to realize, enterarse, to find out. So to literally discover information, enterarse. Acabo de enterarme de que mi novia está embarazada. Now my girlfriend's
Oops.
preggers. Yikes. Cuando me enteré de que iba a ganar el premio, me sentí tan emocionado que no pude hablar. When I found out that I was going to win the prize, I was so excited I couldn't even speak, right? Esto muy común, dedicarse, which looks like to dedicate yourself. And that is what it means, but we would never express it as to dedicate yourself. When you ask what job somebody does, ¿a qué te dedicas? Literally, what do you dedicate yourself to? But it means what do you do professionally? Me dedico a esta escuela. I dedicate myself to the school, meaning I teach. Okay? It's just a different way of expressing one's profession, right? Dedicarse. Me dedico. ¿A qué se dedica? To what do you dedicate yourself? What do you do for a living? Okay? Decirse, to say for yourself. Llamarse, to call oneself. Well, those are easy. Oh, meterse, to get into. And this is often used as this second example. Get into trouble. No quiero meterme en problemas. I don't want to put myself into a bad situation. Okay. Creerse, to believe. Have we got to 25? Yeah, 25. Acercarse, to get close. So we're going to take some of these for conversational questions for next week. So I'll give you the link to this. Yeah. Acercarse is another good one to get close to. To approach, to come up to somebody, that's acercarse. Okay, yeah. I want to kind of end off on you getting to talk in small groups. Las preguntas, those little questions about por siempre jamón.
Well,
Sí. ¿Tienen?
I watched the video of the class from last week that I missed.
Oh, sí.
And so I thought for sure, because I had to research this, I thought for sure you were going to explain the meaning of the title. And the double entendre.
It's a silly thing. It's a silly thing.
I think it's hilarious.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Explica, por favor.
Well, the kids, they were practicing, like pretending they were adults and doing their marriage vows.
They were playing doctor.
Yeah, like playing doctor.
Yeah.
And so when you do those votos matrimoniales, you use the phrase siempre y jamás, which is forever and ever.
Right. Yeah.
Even
though jamás means never, forever and ever. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's never technically, but I guess it's used like forever and ever.
Yeah.
And kids hear that, they go siempre y jamón.
Jamón. So yeah, a kiddie thing, a play on words. Yeah. Like a little thing kids would say. Yeah. Instead of jamás, jamón. Okay. ¿Tienen las preguntas? Do you have the questions about this? Si no tienen, tengo un enlace. I do have a link if you need it. ¿Hay alguien que necesita el link, el enlace? ¿O no? Van a hablar de tesoros de tu infancia, de los ingredientes de una buena relación y es importante hacerse amigos antes de hacerse amantes. It's important to be friends as much as being lovers, right? Y, ok. Y es mejor tener un mejor amigo que no es pareja. Is it important to have a friend who's not necessarily a romantic partner? ¿Bien? ¿Está bien?
Sí.
Y van a hablar un poquito. 7 minutos. ¿Creen que es suficiente?
Sí.
Sí, ok.
Sí.
Vale, vamos a tener 3 salones. We're going to break up into 3 rooms here. Eso es bien, bien. Ok. Hit your join button. Bueno, estamos casi listos. We're almost ready. Estamos casi listos. Nos faltan tres o dos personas. Ok. Bien.
Marilyn, if my battery runs out, I got like 6%.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'll try to stay with you.
Okay. Nos quedan 5 minutos. We've got this many minutes left. Okay. Suerte, no suerte. Okay. Suerte. We're going to cross our fingers. Okay. Voy a hablar muy rápidamente. Okay. Lo que van a hacer para la semana que viene, for next week, there are a few things I want you to prep for. One is going to be a game. I'm going to explain this first in case Jim's battery dies. Okay. We're going to play a little game to start next week. And this is something I used to do with my students, and they loved it. Except we would do it on paper, and we won't be doing it on paper. You will need to send me an email, however, and I may find a way to build this into a little Nearpod thing so that you can, well, no, wait, if I do it, then you're gonna know who said what. So we can't do that. I'll have to figure out a different way to do it. I'll send you a way to input it somewhere. Your job is going to be to come up with something that you can share, something that hardly anybody knows about me. Algo que casi nadie sabe sobre mí. A little
About you or about
yourself.
about ourselves? Okay.
About yourself. Okay. Un ejemplo. Por ejemplo, una estudiante mía me dijo alguna vez, mi tío abuelo, my great uncle, mi tío abuelo fundó la compañía Taco Bell.
Oh,
Alguien me dijo, someone told me, alguien me dijo, mi segundo nombre es Clarence. No 16-year-old boy wants to say that his middle name is Clarence, okay? The thing that, yeah, que casi nadie sabe, almost nobody knows this about me. It should be something cute, something cute, something, I don't know, something odd, unusual. I used to have to tell my students, but I don't have to tell you, please don't give your social security numbers because 15-year-olds, again, don't understand this. Don't give your social security number. Tell something cute about yourself. What we're going to do is you are going to send that to me separately. And instead of having to email me, I think I'll be able to put it on the common site so that everybody doesn't see it, but only I do. We're going to put these out as questions so you get to guess which fact corresponds to which classmate. Muy interesante. Por ejemplo, un ejemplo más. Conozco a un hombre que conoce a la reina Isabel de Inglaterra. I know somebody who knows the Queen of England, Elizabeth. Yo no la conozco. I do not know her. Obviamente, no la conozco. But some odd little fact about yourself that's kind of fun, that's kind of odd. And we'll see if you can guess which facts correspond to which person, okay? And I'll give you a means to just like quickly put it in and send it to me rather than having to email me separately. ¿Está bien? ¿Todo está bien? Everything good with that? Okay. That's just for fun. Es para entretenernos, just to have some fun. Okay. Y por ejemplo, entonces, sí, la segunda cosa, second thing, if you did not already watch the second video on that Nearpod, and I'll give you the link to that again. If you did not watch the second video, because some of you didn't get that far, please do watch the second one with Brenda, where she talks about other uses of se. And she talks about these, what she calls semi-reflexive verbs, okay? We're gonna take that list and I will give you I will be, no, eso no. I will be giving you this list of verbs. We'll be using some of this list of verbs, which has some of these odder, yet so very common things that are semi-reflexive. I'm not going to take the obvious ones like llamarse. And I'm going to like start off a sentence for you and you will have to finish it. Bien? Okay, some things to actually use some of these verbs. So we're going to incorporate these verbs and I'll give you the link to this page so you can kind of cruise over them. Hay 25, they're 25. Entonces, y son 25 de los verbos más populares que tienen esta forma de un verbo reflexivo, pero no son exclusivamente reflexivos en el sentido tradicional, ¿verdad? So you're going to have some sentences to finish up with that to use for conversation. So that's something you will prep ahead of time. Bien. Habrá una película. There will be a little video, a short video, cortometraje, something for you to watch and for us to discuss for next week so that you get some more speaking practice with these things. And we'll go through also a little drill on, we're going to create during class, we're going to have some things to guide you through how we use say as that impersonal sense. So what you're going to be doing with some classmates will be to create some signs to tell people or warn people about stuff. Things you would see as como turista, as a tourist out and about town, in a typical town setting. That will use the se impersonal, but you're going to create these scenarios. So do listen to that video a second time, una segunda vez. ¿Quieren algo de leer o no? Do you want an extra thing to read or no?
Yeah. Okay,
Sí
no.
or no? Sí or no? No? Okay. I had put a video on the one site, but I didn't realize until I created it, when they read it to you, they go pretty darn fast. And I think I need to slow that down a little bit. So I'll think about something to do with that. Okay. ¿Está bien?
Está bien.
Ok, vale, magnífico. Espero que tengan buen fin de semana.
Y tú también.
Gracias. Me voy al parque Usury este fin de semana. Voy al Usury por no tener espacio en McDowell Mountain Park con la carrera. Los que corren 100 millas.
Cuídate.
Sí, claro. Me voy a Pass Mountain. Pass Mountain, el sendero de Pass Mountain. Y es muy bonito, un sendero muy bonito. Ok, espero que tengan buen fin de semana. I hope you have a good weekend.
Y buen Halloween también.
Sí.
Happy Halloween, yeah.
Una celebración. Voy a hornear un pastel de calabaza. I'm going to bake a pumpkin pie.
Sí, yeah.
Yum.
Dale,
adiós.
magnífico.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. Buenas noches. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.